it's a little bit miracle that I'm alive. Yeah, they could shut us. I got to the army when I was 19. I went to a unit, it's called the Maglan, special unit in the Paratroopers. And I like the army. I liked very much the army. You go for 1 month, you leave your children, you have some freedom, and you make a lot of jokes with your friends. My friends from when I was 19, and we were very good friends. And then in 2006, we had the Lebanon Second War. And in that time, I had already 4 daughters. And they phoned me from the army. They said, listen, we have a war in the north, and you want to come? It was for me funny that they are asking. Oh, sure, I'm coming. I'm in the reserve. And it was a hard war. We were very afraid also before going inside, and we all guys have families. And I remember my wife came to visit me. She told me, before we went inside, she told me, listen, some of the guys won't come back. And she was true, yeah, some guys didn't come back. And I remember before going inside to Lebanon, we were very afraid. We heard of the news and we knew there are many soldiers that were killed. And I remember when we got to the border, we heard the totachim. I looked at my friend and, wow, this is a war. We were very afraid. I remember till today, when we speak together, I ask him if he remembers us looking at each other, and we were a little bit shocked. And then all night we got inside Lebanon. We got in the morning to a village called Debe. And I knew from the morning it will be not, it's a very bad situation, because when you go at night in Lebanon, usually the Hezbollah don't see you, but if you're in the morning and you have light, they see us. And I remember at the morning I knew something bad is going to be. And then in 12 o'clock, where Ofer was, they got 2 missiles to their place, and 9 soldiers were killed, and 30 guys were wounded. And then I remember at my place, at my house, they told us to go on the floor, and because they are shooting a lot of missiles and bombs, the Hezbollah is shooting, and I remember 3 hours I was laying on the floor with my head inside the floor and waiting every second will Gadel. And then after 3 hours they told us, guys, there are 30 wounded guys, we have to bring them to the border. So we went to the house, I saw some dead soldiers, and I remember I had at that time this association. It's like you feel like you're in a movie, yeah? You're not inside the place, you're like a movie, and you see Danny's going down with a stretch, and a guy on the stretch. And then we went out. I remember one soldier on the way to the border passed away on the stretch. And it's like a very nice place, but you're in hell. A lot of guys, one without a hand. Because it's very hard to remember what I saw. It's a little bit miracle that I'm alive. Yeah, they could shut us. And I remember after the war, I started feeling panic when I was driving on the car. Every time I was looking behind me if a car gets nearby. My wife told me, listen, you are not the same. You came a little bit strange. And I told her, no, I'm the same Danny, everything is good. And then after 2 years, I started getting panic attacks. I was in Hermon. I was in Miluim. Reserve. I went to Hermon, the big mountain in Israel, in the reserve. And I started feeling panic attacks. And I don't know if you know what's panic attacks, you feel you are going to die. They took me to the doctor, and the doctor told me, listen, the mountain is very high, you don't have oxygen. And then when I finished the reserve, I went to my home and started to getting a lot of panic attacks. And I was in a situation when you have all day panic attacks. I don't think I wanted to make suicide, yeah, but I understood guys that have all the day panic attacks want to make suicide. You can't live like that. All the day you are, you're like have a heart attack for all day. And then I went to a doctor and she told me you have PTSD. At first I was very ashamed of my PTSD. I'm a soldier, Israeli soldier. What is PTSD? What I have psychiatry problems? And I didn't speak about it with anybody. I went to my psychiatrist. I got a lot of pills. I was very lonely. Yeah, you feel you're lonely. Nobody understands you. You don't want. You're ashamed to speak about it. And it was not. It was very tough time. And then one friend told me you should go to Achim L'Chaim. Because in Achim L'Chaim we have soldiers from Lut Mivtzait, and this is your place, this is your home. And Gili, you saw Gili? Gili was my student when I was a history teacher. And I knew he's the manager of Achim L'Chaim. I phoned him and I told him, Gili, I want to come to your organization. And I remember he asked me, what do you have? And I was so ashamed, also he's my student, yeah? So I told him, never mind. And then I said, I won't speak with Gili, I will come to Guy. You saw Guy, the guy without the legs? And I remember, I saw him today, I told him he saved my life. I came to Guy, and Guy, I remember when I came to him, put his legs on the table and said, listen, you are in a bad situation, much more than me. And this is the first time I understood that I have nechut, very מאתגר. And I came to the Amuta. This is really the place I feel changed my life, my family life, and not me. All the guys are here will tell you the same story. When we come here, we don't have to speak. We see in the eyes of everybody what he has. We can see what is the situation. We say a good word. You don't have to speak. You don't have to להסביר, explain anything.